Conover. I am going to be playing Obduction from the start. This is a new game by Cyan, the company that made Myst and Riven, among many other games, which is why I'm very excited to play it. Been waiting for this game for a while. I was a Kickstarter backer of it. I have played the first couple minutes of it because I tried it out on Oculus. This game is also out on Oculus, and I want to see what it was like. And it is very cool. However, it's not... I don't think you'd want to play the entire game on Oculus because it's just a little bit intense and disorienting in a way. But I'm really excited to play it, and I figured I would play it for you guys starting from the beginning. I'm also going to, in a first for me, upload this video on YouTube and see how people like it there. But I'm also simultaneously Twitch streaming. Hello, everyone watching on Twitch. So we're going to do it both ways at once. I'm going to go for about 45 minutes, and then we'll do another part later. So let's get started. New game. Game name. Why would you create a new... why would you have a... why would you name your game? Let's call it Adams... it's not... Oh, there we go. Oh, I see, because my mouse is moving away. We'll call it Adams... Cool... Game. Character shadow. I like character shadow on. Let's go with a female shadow, though. Play. All right, we're going to start from the beginning. Hello, guys. Yeah, I think the answer is abduction. You're probably right. Okay, here we go. We're getting started. What's happening? We just started the game. We're immediately in a...
We all lost everything.
Oh.
Everything but our stories. And they shouldn't be forgotten. I was 3. It was April of 1983. Cecil, it was 1870 for you. Sam and Vera, you tell it like it was yesterday, but it's been 62 years since you saw that blast of light.
Oh. Creepy man. 1870. It's a long time ago. So something happened to different people at different times. Now again, I played this in VR, and this is an amazing area in VR. Like, you look at this and you're like, holy shit, I'm really looking at a real table at a campsite here. But again, it was overall a little bit disorienting, and it's not the kind of game that I would really imagine wanting to play for a long time in VR.
All of our new stories began. Streaked across the sky, mesmerizing, but unnerving. Even in daylight, Joseph, you said it was gloriously bright.
Ooh.
But in the twilight, it was spellbinding. Whether it was in the deep woods like Cecil or right outside town like Jane and Jenny, we were drawn to see more.
This is like an oral history.
Here, you said you recall smiling. Some of you were alone. I wasn't. My dear grandma, God bless her, rejoiced as if some forebearer of good fortune. Grandma lifted me from the carriage on the porch and walked into the yard so we could watch it unobstructed.
Beautiful view here. Wonderful environment. Whose campfire is this? Is this my campfire? Hard to tell. I mean, there's nothing else around. It's not like I'm camping. So, I'm not really sure how I came here. Like, am I on a hike? Who am I? I guess this is,
None of us understood.
This is the moment, like at the beginning of a mystery, where you find the book.
We followed. And we all felt some kind of
Ooh.
trepidation, yet attraction. It approached it, and it approached us.
Oh. Oh, wait, I can't move.
You all remember, there was no turning away. It advanced, almost like purposefully spinning slowly until, well, found us, each of us. We should tell these stories because it saved us.
Oh boy. Oh. What's happening? Very cool. I mean, this is just classic Cyan right here. It's so much like the beginning of Myst, or Riven. You know, the beginning of Myst, you just sort of you hear Atrus's story, and you see the book fall, and it falls in front of you, and it's not clear where you found it, right? Like you don't know anything about the life of the character that you lived before you found the book. You just are that person, right? So it's sort of almost, imagine making you put yourself in the player's shoes. Like, you lived your own life, and then you found that book. And this is the same way, I think, where, like, I lived my own life as a player, and now but I was discovered by this thing. Cool lantern. This could be an allusion to Adventure, the original, Colossal Cave, where the first thing you do is you find a brass lantern. In fact, it's almost impossible to not take this as an allusion to that. Like, how could it not be, kind of? But it doesn't look like I can do anything with it. Yeah, it looks like I can just sort of rotate it. Now, again, in VR, which I tried, I'm not playing in VR now, this thing like rose right up in front of your face, and you could like look around it like this. It was very, very cool. I would almost play this game in VR. Ooh, this is the thing that I appeared in. This is like looks like a husk. It's that thing that found me. Ooh. Yeah, baby. Where are we? Alien world. Spooky as hell. That's just some great design right there. What a wonderful scenario. And look, I can take a picture. Yeah, I got a picture of that now. We're not in Kansas anymore. Oh. Ooh, what's this? Sure.
Hello. Bonjour. Ciao. Hola. Hello. Shora. Ni hao. Welcome to Hunrad. My name is Yosef. I am
Hey,
the
Yosef.
mayor here. You are most probably a bit confused and disoriented.
Look how big his hands
But
are.
let me reassure you, everything will be fine. You're not the first to go through this experience. The others who have come before you will help you adjust. Follow the trail to the house with the white picket fence. Fali will meet you there and introduce you to your new life here.
Sounds great. The house with the white picket fence, also an allusion to Zork, actually. Olugian says, I would play this game in VR, or I'd play this game regularly, but I still want to visit every place in VR. I agree. That is how I want to look at everything in VR, but after playing it, I played about an hour and a half of it in VR. I didn't solve any puzzles. I just explored the initial area, and it was very, very awesome. But it was kind of fatiguing, and this is a game where you're going to have to run back and forth a lot, look at all the different things, like solve puzzles, and it just sort of felt like it was a little bit not quite the ideal way to do it. And, the coolest stuff was if you looked at this flower in VR, it was like, oh shit, that flower's right in front of me. Awesome. But yes, I do think the white picket fence and the brass lantern are Zork references, which is really interesting because Zork is not necessarily part of the lineage of the Cyan games. I mean, Zork, it's old enough now. I'm going to turn my mouse sensitivity down a little bit. Zork it's an old game. It's a classic game, but if you think about it, Myst is almost as old as Zork. It's closer to Zork than it is to now. And Myst was really like a pioneering graphical adventure game. That's a little smoother. It was a pioneering graphical adventure game that created its own genre in the same way Myst did, in the same way Zork did. So Myst doesn't owe that much to Zork, So I'm a little surprised that they would have an allusion to Zork so early in the game. It's just a very interesting choice. So this is the house with the white picket fence. Things look a little bit dilapidated. I don't see Farley anywhere. But that's Farley's house. Says Farley right there. So this being a Zork illusion, let's take a look at the letter. To Caroline, or whoever else might come back. It has been 5 days and not a soul has returned. I am inclined to believe that things have not gone well. Yet surprisingly I am still alive, and that both supremely suppresses me and gives me some portion of hope. I have retreated to my vault for protection and to contemplate my options. CW. Again, very Mist-like. Like to have these sort of weird, ominous descriptions. And I'll just put it right back in there, I guess. Because I don't have an inventory in this game. Ooh, I can put that up and down. That's nice. This is house number 6. And yes, Zork famously begins, you're standing in an open field west of a white house with a boarded front door. There's a small mailbox here. And it's impossible for this not to be an allusion to that, for this to be an adventure game. It's just, there's no way that would happen by happenstance. So it definitely is a purposeful allusion. Farley's Community Center, okay.
I'm Farley.
Hey, Farley.
I guess if you're seeing this, then I wasn't even... Just in case. Welcome. But it's probably not safe here. To be blunt, we're getting ready for a battle. I don't know what we'll find. I just thought I should. Just be cautious with who you trust. CW may be here. I don't know. Just be careful. I've got to go. See you soon. And don't panic. As jarring as this experience is, you really will find Hunter to be a decent price.
Okay. Well, I won't be too scared. So CW was the guy who wrote the letter. Let me look at that. Oh, 1436. Interesting. Let me just read the letter one more time. So CW was the person she just warned us about. Caroline Farley, is that her name? Got it. So maybe the battle has already happened and CW came back afterwards? How come no one talks to you in person? I don't know. That's another sort of tradition of this type of game. I mean, Myst-type games, you know, are always sort of these empty landscapes. Partially because it's really hard to do convincing NPCs. I mean, you know, that's why in the Myst games they were always these sort of, you know, they always had messages, like weirdly recorded video messages for you. And this is clearly following the same sort of pattern. And I love it. I loved that kind of writing. Back in my, you know, when I used to play those games as a kid. Oh, can't get in. Riven is one of my favorite games ever. Myst, you know, the bring me the blue pages, guys. You know, that was so, I mean, who doesn't remember that? It's so memorable. The stories that game told were so memorable and incredible. Warning, do not approach anything that even remotely resembles this diagram unless it has been disabled. Okay, remember this. Some kind of sort of hexagon or like 3D polygon. Oh, good idea to take pics of things if there's no inventory. That's a really good idea, Koist. If you're watching this on YouTube, I am Twitch chatting with people. So if you hear me respond to something, it's because someone said it on Twitch. Oh, that picture didn't do anything. I guess there's no crouch. There appears to be no inventory. Ooh, is this anything? Nope, kind of looked like it was. There is a run, but in a game like this, you don't want to overuse run the first time you're exploring because it could cause you to miss things. Now there is a breeze. We got these sheets are moving here, but I can't walk through them. They're impenetrable. So let's take a picture of this, since we have the ability to take a picture. Boom, we got it. All right. So I can't get into the house, into Farley's house, and that was the only instruction I was given. So I don't know what to do there. Let's go back a little bit, because there's an offshoot. Ooh, there's a lot of cool stuff going on up there. What is this? Holy shit, what's that? What is that thing? What's going on? Some kind of weird bug. I don't know if there's any way to interact with it or anything. And it's not that thing I'm supposed to avoid. Okay, guys, just remember there's a weird bug on top of that house. Oh, it reminds you of the Beatles in Riven. Yeah, that's a good point, Ligam. Luigi Han. Is that how you pronounce her name? Alright. Let's, Oh, wait, what's this? Oh. We have a... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So probably not a code, but we can take a picture of it just in case. A child's hopscotch. Is there anything else written around here? No. Sewer. There is a sewer. But look how this area, this house seems to be like sort of teleported from a different area. Do you see that? Oh, look at that. You know what? I don't really like the shadow. It's not that well rendered. Let's see if we can turn it off. Graphics quality, controls. Maybe I don't have a choice. Oh, character shadow. There we go. Off. Great. Direction guides on. Subtitles. Hint glints. We don't need those yet. Backer reward display. Yes, let's turn that on. I would like to see my backer rewards. I'm a backer, and I'm proud of myself. Go back to the red beam. I'm going to get there. We're going to do this very methodically. Okay. So, we came in from over here, yes? I believe we did. I'm just going to double check. Oh, no, we didn't. This is a new area. We got another one of those bugs. Where's it going? Flew that way. Huh. Okay, well, I took off in a random direction, so now we're just going to explore in this direction until we get to the end. Can that open? It can. Ooh. What's up over here? Nothing. Dead end to the train tracks. But look at this. Wow, that's cool. What if I walk up to it? Oh no, I can't cross. It's a barrier. Daniel NL says, I'm a backer as well, and I still haven't gotten around to even starting the game. I want to wait for my box. Oh, did you order a boxed version? Man, I would kind of order a boxed version of this game. It's just really a cool game. And I haven't even solved any puzzles yet. It's just, I love the environment. I backed it on Kickstarter. I mean, I love Cyan games so much. If you guys haven't played Riven, I don't know how it holds up on modern computers. The storytelling in Riven is incredible. And I also really loved Myst 4. Those are the two best Myst games, Riven and Myst 4. But Cyan is really cool because they really invented this whole format of game, this way of storytelling. No one else had done this before them. What is this area? But then they stayed... Whoa. They stayed an indie studio. And they kept making interesting experimental games. Riven really pushed game storytelling forward, in my opinion, because you learned so much about what was happening through context clues. Nothing was spelled out. You had to go into people's rooms and say, what kind of stuff do they own? What kind of props do they have? You know, what's in their drawers to figure out who they were? And you had to read their journal entries, and the story would piece itself together as you did that. So you'd go into someone's room, and then you would see, ooh, they have some kind of sinister device or whatever, and that was how you got the story, and I loved that, and that always stuck with me. That's my favorite type of storytelling in games now. I don't know what that is, but I took a picture of it. And so when I saw that they were making this game, and it was the first game they had made in a couple years, I was like, I have to back it. I don't care. They're the kind of thing, I'll pay the money even if the games didn't come out good. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to buy the game no matter what. But then when it came out, I think about a month ago, it was so well reviewed that I was just ecstatic. All right, I don't know what to do in here, but we got this thing. Take a picture of that. So that's kind of a dead end. I guess we'll find out what there is to do with that later, if anything. It's kind of an interesting geological structure. Call those like flutes or horns or something like that. Okay, so the direction we actually came from was here. Listen to that sound. I wonder where that's coming from. This tree, perhaps? Cyan is also famous for using sound cues in their games. So this was our entrance. Yeah, that was where the guy said, "Welcome to Hunrat." So we're going this way. So we already explored up in that direction. That was the offshoot I wanted to explore. Now look at this train track. It's really interesting. Yeah, and by the way, people watching in the Twitch stream, please no spoilers of any kind if you have gotten further. Oh, we have more of these. Huh. I think there must be a way to destroy these red stones eventually, because look, it's blocking this train track. And that was the point I was about to make, is that there's this train track, but everywhere it goes is a dead end so far. I think if we pull this lever, this is going to switch tracks, right? Yeah, all it does is move the it's switching which track the train will go to, but the train doesn't actually go anywhere for any of these. Okay, let's go this way. Yeah, this is the kind of game where Naxiena says, I love it, this is the kind of game where you can see something off in the distance before you ever get to it, like that laser. And I absolutely agree, that's very cool. We're going to get there eventually, but we're going to explore methodically. So this is the second offshoot to the right of the train tracks of the house. And we're just going to try to remember that. And we've got this train track, which also goes to our weird other dimension here. So it sort of feels like what we're in right now is some kind of cool extra dimensional space. Like we're in sort of a desert. Like a desert that's been transported to an alien planet. And then the alien and then in the desert, there's also like a house that was transported here. And then look at that thing up there. I wish that there's no zoom, is there? Let's just check the controls real quick. I wish there was a zoom, but there isn't. All right. That's too bad. There's also a mode where you can just, if you want, you can click around to move rather than doing free roam, but I kind of prefer free roam. It looks like a dry lava flow, says Damari Dulce. Where's that? Ooh, okay, we've got a graveyard. What does this say? Henry Portnell, 1895. That's a long time ago. Benjamin Sims. Let's take some pictures of these. Benjamin Sims. Nobody on that one. It's weird that these are covered up. It's like they're covering up previous graves. But that one is covered up but doesn't have a name on it. Benjamin Sims. Margaret Hartnell. Anna Jackson. Remember these names, guys. The area is restricted. Look at those wires going up into the sky there. What's going on there? What's that one say? Daniel Hartnell. And that one says Margaret Hartnell. Did I take a picture of the very first one? Let me do that. Henry Hartnell. So we got a lot of Hartnells, a lot of dead Hartnells, but some of them with new graves and some with old. Carl Hunrath. And we're in Hunrath. John Farley, Robert Hartnell. So some people died recently. I wonder if that's that Farley. But we haven't seen a dead Christine, right? The letter said Christine. Luther Roscoe. Ida. Can't quite read it. But, so we got some very old graves and some very new graves. Alright, so I think we've explored the graveyard fully. Went through there. Nothing else in there, really. Oh, what's that thing? Let's just go take a look at that. What is this? I was so busy looking at the graves, I forgot to look up here. Huh. How strange. It's just like some kind of metal structure, but it doesn't seem to correspond to anything. It's a very cool world out there. I wish I could explore. I wonder if one day I'll be able to. Oops, I keep thinking spacebar is going to jump, but there's no jump in this game, nor is there a crouch. Look at the way the rock just kind of ends right there. Daniel NL says, haha, I think I've explored this fully is a very dangerous thing to say in a Cyan game. And I absolutely agree. I'm not trying to be too hubristic here. But I think we've explored it fully for now. We can come back later. Oh, wait, look. There's more of those things. All right, so what are those? Up there. I guess let's go this way first. So we're now exploring behind the White House. Maybe there's some kind of walkway up there. Oh, and I hear something. I hear some kind of machinery. Ubermention says, this isn't Quake, that's why you can't jump or crouch, and I think you're right. Alright, so we've explored pretty much everything we can around the house right now. Is she gonna say, I'm Farley? Let's just see.
Hi, I'm Farley.
Okay, so maybe that's Christine Farley, and then because we know that a John Farley died recently, but that's not her, obviously. Okay. We look that way. All right, let's go into this town. So that's that whole area. Let's go into the town. It's the house area. Let's call it that. I don't think you can climb. No, I think it's either there's a path. Dana Maria Dulce asked, "Can you climb?" I don't think so. Now these rocks are not glowing red. Like some of the other ones were, and it looks like we're in some kind of Wild West town here. Let's explore this first. What's over in this area? Nothing. Just the end of the line, folks. I'm pretty sure that all the areas here are going to be clearly demarcated. I don't think there's going to be any jumping up rocks or anything like that, because you can play this game. Here, actually, let's try it, and let's just see how it plays. If we turn the controls to point and click. Oh. See how that works? And now I'm not doing the walking, the game is now. This is a very restful way to play this game. Yeah, see, this sort of resembles the old Myst way. I find it a little slow, and you know, you can't quite look at everything from enough angles. You know, like it's more fun to. But you know, the interesting thing is now that this gives the developers more control over what you see. Like they can put this right in front of this thing here that says warning, right? Or right in front of that welcome mat to make sure that I see it. So that's the advantage of that. Now this whole place is boarded up. It awfully looks like people left in a hurry, right? Because, I mean, they left their washing up, so that's just sort of a classic left in a hurry sign. Oh, there's another Actually, we can go in here first. Let's just explore in here. There's another talking thing, but let's explore this first. Ooh, deep into the mine. Bordees USN says, do I ever use a face cam? I do sometimes. I have one for PS4. I don't have one for my PC yet, so I have not yet used a face cam. There we go. Oh, it pointed me this way. I guess it wants me to see that stuff over there. Let's go turn this on before we go any further.
We have a healthy, thriving community here, as you can see.
I don't see that at all, buddy.
And has supplied plenty of food for many generations.
There's a garden.
The buildings around town serve
I guess that way.
purposes, including housing, schooling, and storage. I'm sure you have run across a number of folks already.
Why do they have these if
Many were brought here, like you.
he expects this to be full of people? So why does he need recordings of himself
We are part of the whole.
describing the town? Like, why is he making recordings of a tour guide of the town if he's like, oh, you've probably met people who have, like, explained everything to you? Let's go in here, I guess. What do we got? Ooh, a little wagon. Finally, we're inside of a building. Oh, yeah, back a reward item. Because I backed, I could see this cool fish and snail lamp. Yeah. Huh. Huh. Now, I confess, I came in here before when I was playing in VR, and when I did, it kind of seemed like everything was small. You know? Like, the couch was small, the chair was small, and so I wondered if this was a kid's room. But now I'm not so sure. Maybe it was a weird illusion of VR that everything seemed teeny tiny. Nothing here. It's a little bright in my room, so I can't sort of tell. Ooh, there's... Ooh, look at that. There's a power cable going across there. Now, if you've played a Cyan game before, you know that the locations of power cables are usually pretty important. Ooh, what's that? A light. Oh, but I can't do anything with it. Luigi Han says, scale is probably real tough in first-person games. The field of view can totally change how it looks. That's a good point. Oh, another backer reward item. Could it be this stool? Wow! I get to see a special stool because I'm a backer. I can't open the briefcase. I can't open the drawers. There's very few interactive things in this game. But those beds do look a little small, right? But I don't know if I'd be justified in saying that this is a literal kid's room. Alright, I think I'm going to turn off the node-based because it takes a little bit too long, right? Point and click. Free roam, point and click. And so we got smooth, instant, fade. Got it. Now we're going to go with free roam. There we go. Now we can just walk around. Ooh, we got another sign. What's this say? Oh, same thing. Looks like it's written on the back of something, though. So they really don't want me to walk by that stuff. Another note, same note. Cool glass jar. Alright, we got that whole area. I'm not going to go over there quite yet. Let's just explore and see what's up here. We got a backgammon game going on. Who's winning? Huh. Looks like they were interrupted. Because there's a couple pieces just floating out there. Did you guys hear that? I heard a door shaking the breeze. Yeah, we're going to go up these stairs, guys, before we go anywhere else. Oh. Hartnell Shining Co. You know what it kind of looks like? Is it kind of looks like an actual Wild West town was transported here, doesn't it? Oh, yeah, I can walk. Oh, yeah. Can I do anything with this? Nope. There's the power. Oh, yeah, and the power went from left to right there, right? Oop. My mouse is catching a little bit. Oh, and we got stairs over here, too. All right, so there's two ways up here. Just mapping everything out. Ooh, let's listen to this. The tree. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. There you go.
This is the tree.
Oh,
It has been here in Hunrock for as long as anyone can remember.
okay.
Its health is intimately tied to everything in our little green
Well, the
house.
FMV is also a huge science
Cell
thing.
we live in,
Having FMV
our
actors.
mental system. It has provided many surprises over the years.
Look at a tree provide
including
surprises.
some interesting
Oh, look at this.
seeds that you will learn more about. Many have postulated, yet we really know very little about its origins.
Some interesting
But we
seeds.
do know it should be cherished and protected.
Interesting. Look at this. There's some kind of balancing. This looks like a puzzle, doesn't it? At some point. To get this thing down here. Yes, taking the open... McCoy ST says he thinks I'm onto something regarding the town, given the opening narration. It's true, the opening narration said that people were transported at different times. We had some people who were transported in the 1870s, according to the opening narration. Oh, here we go. What's this? Can I do anything with this? Nope. Looks like I can just look down. Oh, okay, I'm looking down at the town there. Oh, this is, we haven't been down there yet to see where those lasers are going. Yeah, it is an old school crane. Yeah, and the guy has a very ambiguous accent. Ooh, we're in a whole back area here. Look at this. Huh. Can I go in here? No. Oh, there's the tree. That's weird. It has a huge trunk, but it looks smaller. And there's a hose coming out of the tree, going into that thing we were looking at before. Going into that thing. Which, oh, I can't. Looks like I can't really get over that. That would be a spigot to turn that on. But that's broken. This is some classic Cyan game stuff. Right, let's keep going in that direction. That hose, that's clearly a water tower. So there's water that goes to the tree. What's this? Huh? Like a hose outlet, kind of? Locked. And then, so there's something down here. There's like some gears and some lights and stuff, but nothing I can really interact with yet. Okay. They didn't want the tree to die. Interesting theory, Dana. It's true that the tree is guarded very well. Oh, okay, and then over here we've got this... We've got this whole area. We've got... Like, this looks like the kind of thing that would load up a minecart, right? Like stuff comes down there. Now, I know it might seem pointless to say, oh, what is this area, what's that area? But that's kind of the whole way you solve these games. And we got some nice little cactuses. Look at those nice plants. And some hammers. Okay. Oh, okay. I think that is going to do it for our first installment, because I have to run for a moment, but we will play more Obduction very soon. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.